Pokemon starter decks have become impossible to find, and I know that sounds absolutely crazy, but it's true. If you go on Walmart, Target, or any big box retailer, these sell out within 5 to 10 seconds at max. And unless you want to pay $44 for a $15 starter kit, you are absolutely out of luck. We all know scalping in Pokemon is such a massive problem, but why would people target battle decks? I mean, they have no value. They're meant for people who play the TCG, not for people who collect, right? See, Pokemon Company had a similar feeling, except they were on the opposite end of it. They were wondering, hey, why is nobody buying our battle decks? Somebody please buy our battle decks. And stores, big box, and local stores, these were collecting dust on the shelves, and even in the back, they were probably piled up and piling up higher and higher and higher the more as time goes on. And if you don't know, when it comes to a lot of local card shops and big box stores, they oftentimes will push off these battle decks saying like, hey, buy these battle decks and we'll be able to give you more of the new product or like whatever the new set's coming out. So a lot of the times these stores will buy up all the battle decks and they literally just collect dust in the back. No one buys them. This sucks, right? Nobody wants them unless you're a competitive player, and unless you've been hiding under a rock. A mass majority of the Pokemon community are collectors, and they don't really care about the TCG, which I think is a little unfair, but I mean, it's the truth. No one really cares about the competitive side as opposed to the collection side. So what did Pokemon do to make almost all these battle decks almost impossible to find? It's a simple answer. They started putting exclusive cards in these battle decks, and honestly, it's genius. It's a formula that just works. This makes 100% sense, and I want to be very transparent that I don't agree with this. I think that the TCG players that actually play the game shouldn't have to be paywalled into getting cards that they want to play and all that stuff. I think that's kind of dumb, and I feel for you guys. You guys shouldn't have to pay like $20 for a Psyduck just to use Damp in your back row. I think that's baloney, but Pokemon has been testing this for some time now, going all the way back to Shrouded Fable, when they released 2 special collection sets, one with the Kingdra and one with the Greninja, and both of the promos were special illustration rares. And to be 100% honest, these cards were better than almost anything in Shrouded Fable. But at the time, nobody was buying this. Nobody wanted anything to do with Shrouded Fable. The cards were black, the set was not that good, it was more geared towards competitive players, and no one was buying it. And then somewhere along the Pokemon boom, shortly after Surging Sparks, someone got the idea like, you know, this is exclusive. If I were to buy this, I think everyone would want it. And that is exactly what happened. It started with Shrouded Fable. Everybody wanted the Greninja, everybody wanted the Kingdra, and shortly before our eyes, in October 2025, almost a year after the Surging Sparks incident, these boxes are over $120, which is absolutely insane. And you're probably wondering, why would Pokemon do this? It's simple. They want money. And the only way to make money is to sell the products. And if the products aren't selling, then you ain't making money. So this was a foolproof way to make money. And it's kind of all coming together before our eyes. And before anyone goes off on me in the comments, I just want to say, I know promos have been a thing for a long time. This is just to show that more recent trends have shown Pokemon that, hey, this is what the consumer likes. Anyway, another example of exclusivity selling, we have to go overseas to our friends over in China to see their versions of Pokemon 151 and their own set, Gem Set. One might think that these are actually just reprints of our 151 and the Gem Sets are just taken from other sets, but that's not exactly true. It's partially true that there are a lot of the 151 cards and a lot of cards from other sets in these Gem Sets. But if you guys didn't know, for the longest time, China didn't have Pokemon in their country. And I want to say within the last 5 years, I could be wrong, someone can correct me on that, but within the last 5 years, they started printing Pokemon. And one way that they've tried to make people care about their Pokemon cards is by adding exclusive cards. And not just any exclusive cards. They added some of our favorite Pokemon of all time. The Pikachus, the Gengars, the Psyducks, the Eevees, the Evolutions, all to bring people like us over to Chinese product and buy their product, because if we saw exclusive cards that we couldn't get in America or anywhere else, we would be more inclined to buy it. This 100% works too, and some of my favorite cards have come from the Chinese sets. One card in specific is this Pikachu Gengar, which is honestly one of my grails for the Scarlet and Violet era. Even though I can't afford it yet, It's definitely one of the best cards that has come out in this era, and honestly, some of my favorite cards have come out from the Chinese sets. These evolutions have been fantastic, and even more recently, this Cubone, which I still don't have, is one of my favorite exclusive cards that we've ever gotten. This formula works, and honestly, this was probably the plan for a while, as Pokemon usually does things years in advance. But today, guys, I wanted to open the brand new Mega Diancie and Mega Gengar battle decks, show you exactly what's inside of them, and see if it's actually worth it. Like, are these worth it to you if you guys are going to go out and spend $30, $40, which I really highly advise against doing. But I definitely would recommend picking up the singles, because the singles are really good. And again, once again, guys, I'm going to be very transparent. I don't really play competitive that much. I understand like the ins and outs of competitive play, because I have friends that play, but I don't really care too much to play myself. I do want to learn. I do want to learn how to play. But it's not something I would do religiously. So in these, you get your little tokens, your like damage counters and stuff like that. Nothing too crazy. But here is what everyone's buying these decks for. It's these, let me put this over to the side. So right here, we have our Mega Diancie, and the ability is this Pokemon takes 30 less damage from attacks after applying weakness and resistance. I mean, it's whatever, you know, it's not that bad. Discard up to 2 energy cards from this Pokemon, and this attack does 120 damage. Each card you discarded in this way with a 270 HP. That's pretty good, but I don't know if this will be played. Let's put that to the side. And here is the promo Meloetta. This card is absolutely beautiful, guys. I definitely want to sleeve this up 1 second. This card is actually so sick. I actually like this better than the Meloetta we got out of White Flare, I believe it was. I think this one's a tad bit better. This is really cool. Back-to-back Meloetta illustration rares, except this one's just an IR. The other one was an SIR. So we're going to put that right there. Free code card for... free code card for anyone that's interested, and it also comes with a Diancie coin. So now, as for the cards that this comes with, this won't be super long on this, guys. I'm gonna be honest with you. I just wanted to talk to you about the sets. Here's your little field that you could play, but honestly, just getting a mat like this is probably the better option 99% of the times. But if you wanted to learn, that's not a bad way to learn. So in the decks, guys, you have all your energies, some just basic cards. Let's see if there's anything juicy in here. You have a Lily's Determination. So this is like a $1, $2 card, which is really, really cool. Grumpig, more Lily's Determination. That almost alone makes it kind of worth it, buddy. There's a lot of playable cards in here. There's a Meloetta and a third Lily's. Okay, so this is pretty good, guys. I'm not gonna lie. This is pretty good. A fourth, Arven. Playable card, Mystery Garden. All right, so yeah, pretty standard stuff. Comes with 4 Lily's Determinations, and this alone are like, I think like $1.20, $1.40. So I mean, you're honestly almost getting like half your money's worth with just these alone, if you can get it at MSRP. And that's if you can get it at MSRP. I'm not gonna sit here and try and justify $44 mega battle decks. I don't think that's worth it. Regardless, I would probably just pick up the singles. But this is very cool. And just to be transparent again, I bought these because I really just wanted the promos. You know, I wanted the promos. I might give these Lily Determinations to my friends that play, or I might just put them in a deck, and this is how I learned how to play Pokemon myself. So I think that's really cool. So this is the Mega Diancie deck, and the more popular one, which might see some competitive play, is the Mega Gengar deck, or the Mega Gengar deck with the Haunter IR. So let's open up this bad boy. Let's open this up. And these are a cool collectible piece. I'm not gonna lie. I actually think these are really, really cool. These are very, very nice. I love the box. So let's see if I can zoom out a little bit. The box is really cool. I love the side right here, the top. This is really nice. Really nice. Not trying to gas it up too much, but you know, not bad at all. And then our coins here. So once again, same thing as in this deck. We have that right there. We have our playmat, which is just a plastic or paper playmat. Nothing too crazy. If you really, really don't know how to play the game, I guess this could help a tad, as there's zones and stuff like that, your discard pile. And it's pretty cool. It's got Mega Gengar on it. So if you really didn't know how to play, you didn't know where to start, this is a good base for that start. And right here, I believe, guys, I don't know if this is 100% in Fantastic. So everything's just fallen. Oh no. So this one's really cool. I actually really enjoyed this starter deck. This is really cool from a collector standpoint. This Mega Gengar. So if one of your Pokemon is knocked out by damage from an attack from your opponent's Pokemon EX, that player takes one fewer prize card. The effect of shadowy concealment doesn't stack. That's pretty good just to have in your back row. And if you really needed to like put it on the field, it's pretty beefy at 350. And it does a 230, but I mean, like, you probably just keep this in the back row. You probably doesn't even see the field. So that's pretty cool. And I don't know if this is going to be in Phantasmal Flames, but this does say PFL Phantasmal Flames. So this might actually be a card. Actually, it probably will be a card in Phantasmal Flames because it says 056 out of 94. So this is an early card from Phantasmal Flames, which is super, super cool. And then finally, we got a Haunter IR, which is really, really, really cool to see, guys. It's been a long time. And I'll show you one reason why I personally really like this card, guys, is when I was in Japan not too long ago, I picked up a deck box from the Pokemon Center, and this gives me the same exact vibes as that. As you can see, Haunter up there. And damn, man, I just really love that this deck box is synonymous with this card. So I really, really like this card. It's a card I would have bought even if I wasn't able to get the starter kits. So whatever you buy the Mega starter deck for, whatever you buy the starter deck for, to be honest, there's no wrong answer. I think this is a great card worth collecting. I think Haunter is just a timeless card. Love Gengar. I love the whole line. Haunter is just a really, really cool Pokemon. And it also reminds me of the early day Pokemon series where Haunter was one of Ash's Pokemon and was just an absolute menace for Ash. So we're going to put that right here. If you guys want the code card, here's the code card. We also have the coin. This is a really, really cool Mega Gengar coin. So we're going to put that right there. And we're going to see exactly what's in this starter deck. See if it's similar to the Mega Diancie one. Let's see. Let's open this up. Should be the same. We got Dark. So we got Ghastly, Exclusivity, Rare Candy. Not like more Lily's Determination, Arvin, which is also another. This is also a really card too that I think is like over $1 or something like that. I could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty certain. But yeah, guys, pretty good value in this just from this alone. 4 Lily's Determinations, I think, is sick. I think what is 2 Arvins? Seems like it's 2 Arvins or maybe 3 Arvins. I don't know. But yeah, guys, those are the cards that are early from. Let's see if there's anything. Okay, so these are cards that are early from Phantasmal Flames. All right, so guys, so if you even wanted an early start on Phantasmal Flames Master Set, it's a very, very small set. These are all cards that are going to be in Phantasmal Flames. I think that's a really, really cool that we get to see these cards about a couple weeks early. I believe pre-release is this weekend, starting this weekend. Let's see if there's any in the Mega Diancie deck. So I'm glad I caught myself. These are all cards that are going to be in Phantasmal Flames as well, guys. So that's pretty cool. If you guys want to take a look at the abilities, pause on the video, whatever it might be. These are cards that are also going to be in Phantasmal Flames. So we already got to look at a lot of cards in Phantasmal Flames. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 cards. So 9. So 15 cards, guys. These are 15 cards from Phantasmal Flames, which I think is really, really cool. And a little bit of a sneak peek, because I don't remember the last time we got a battle deck this early, which had cards from the new set this early. So I could be wrong on that. But yeah, guys, if you enjoyed this video, if you enjoyed these cards, if you enjoyed being informed on why these battle decks are so much, let me know down below what you think, and let me know if you think these prices are justified. I want to know straight from you guys. Take care, and I will see you on the next one.